Hi, guys. Good afternoon. Welcome back to another In Love with Me episode. And as you can see, we have two beautiful and handsome individuals who have been paving the way in a scene that has been very creative.
Hi.
And without further ado, there they are.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
How
Hello,
are
Mafae. How are
you?
you?
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys. I know you've been busy. Of course, before this challenge that we're having right now, but I'm so glad that I'm able to catch up with you guys and take advantage of this time. Before we get into what you've been doing during this lockdown or this pandemic, can we talk about how you guys have started, or let's go way back, Ron, when you were
Right.
breakdancing back
Okay.
then.
Yes. So, yeah. So,
Let's start with that.
yes. So I know Mafae from way back. We're part of this thing called, NPC. I used to be a professional dancer. I used to be a professional dancer, and after dancing, I became actually a kickboxer for a while. I was fighting for a while, and then after kickboxing, I became a tattoo artist. And
Mhm.
yeah,
Yes.
Sorry,
Ilona or Ilana Rose. Yes. How
well,
did we start?
I was looking for a job to become a graphic designer, and in that time,
Uh-huh.
Ron took me under his wing to become his tattoo apprentice, and then from there, I don't know, we
yeah.
just started our little empire and started a tattoo
Mhm.
studio, and here we are.
Yeah, what's crazy is, I've been following you guys for, quite some time. I mean, you guys have been um, in my life for like more than 20 years. How
Yeah,
embarrassing. Just
actually, yeah, you guys went to the same
yeah,
Yeah.
high
I
school. And
saw.
fun fact, I was the one that actually caught your garter at your wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna bring that up, but
yeah,
yeah, go
yeah,
ahead. You were
yeah.
there
I caught that
witnessing.
garter. Yeah,
But now you have your beautiful wife next to you, so
yeah,
that's such
that's right. See, I,
amazing,
I
amazing
married a
thing.
good one. So
I'm a good
Yeah.
yeah,
And what makes it more inspiring is that you guys do a similar talent, and you not only do you make impact on people's lives, it's like for eternity that they're gonna remember you
yeah,
by
that's
their tattoo.
yeah.
Ilona said that you were a graphic artist before that. I mean, transitioning into actual skin. I mean, how difficult is that in the beginning? Like, I
Okay,
know it must be
yeah.
tough.
It was
it's so different.
yeah. So by trade, I'm a graphic designer.
Yeah.
How I got into that was like into tattooing. Sorry, was I was designing heaps of tattoos for friends. Like
Yeah.
that's all I was doing. Heaps of friends. Oh, Ron, can you design my tattoo? Can you design my tattoo? And a friend of mine at the time was actually a tattoo artist, and he was like, "Hey, there's an apprenticeship going on at my studio. Since you're designing so many tattoos, you want to go for it?" And
Yeah.
like
You
out
put
of
together a
all, yeah,
portfolio.
he's like put together a portfolio, and out of all the applicants, I was lucky enough to get the get the tattoo apprenticeship. So I was kind of like lucky, that I kind of fell into this industry because it's a very hard industry to get into. But yeah, with the transition into skin, it was so daunting. It's very daunting. Like
It's like you can't make a
there's
mistake
there's
because
no room for error.
no,
There's
You
no
can't
room
erase
for
that.
that's
error.
that's the daunting part,
Yeah, you
right?
can't erase. Like
You just have to get it right the first time.
yeah, it's one of them things. Like whatever artwork we do on someone, they're gonna remember. Like everyone, whoever has a tattoo, they
Hmm.
remember exactly who they were with at that time.
Yeah.
They knew the reason why they got that tattoo, and you know, I think it's a cool thing that that I'm part of someone's life,
Yeah.
until they die. Really,
Right.
like we've left our mark on that person, for
Literally.
yeah, literally,
Yeah.
until they die. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I know that you guys have your own designs, like with the Elana. It's very feminine design that you
Yeah,
created.
that's
It's
right.
so beautiful. As much as
Thank you.
I'm really scared to get big tattoos. Which is like, man, if ever I do,
Back
I'm
to
gonna
my
get one of.
tattoo, right?
I know
Yeah.
exactly. But trust me, like I was always afraid, and I think the only reason, like, I don't know if we told you the story. Nick and I, we both were. We did not have tattoos when we got together, but the first tattoo we got was our names on our wedding ring, like on the wedding finger. So from there, of course, you guys know that when you start getting one, you want another one.
Yeah,
you
that's
want
right.
another one.
You know, people always say like, "Oh, this is my last one. This is my last one." While they're getting that one, they're already thinking,
Next
"Oh,
one.
what's the next one I'm gonna get?" You know, it's bad. It's actually
It's
it's addictive. You know,
Yeah.
it's very addictive.
So of course, during, like you guys were saying, there's no room for mistakes. So
Yeah.
how did you practice? Is there like people that were willing to be practiced on, or
I
is
practiced
there
on
a
my
study?
classes.
Yeah, like like you can, a lot of apprentices they start practicing on like
Big skin.
grapefruit or pig skin,
Mm,
but it's not the same, like you have to really just think of like a drawing on a piece of paper. It's like flat and you could get perfect lines, whereas
And you
Yeah.
don't get any reaction out of
yeah,
a piece of paper. But as soon as you tattoo someone's skin,
yeah.
they're going to be
yeah,
pain. They're
that's
going to be
right.
like moving.
The
And
skin's not like hard and flat like paper. The skin's like, there's grooves in the skin
Yeah.
and it's soft and
Yeah.
everyone's
It's
skin's
completely
different. It's
different.
completely different,
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
So like let's rewind. Yeah, let's rewind it again. So did you guys ever want to be something else, like a different profession than what you're doing now? I know graphic artistry was your main goal, but was there something else that you guys wanted to do?
I
uh,
think straight out of school, I've been like a legal secretary, a PA, an EA, everything under the sun. But
Yeah.
nothing, I wasn't passionate about any of those things. And it wasn't until we went on a gap year holiday and I
Yeah.
promised myself
Mhm.
I'll do something that I'm passionate about when I get back.
yeah, we were
So,
actually
Yeah.
away for a whole year. Like,
yeah, traveling,
yeah,
relaxing.
I did my tattoo apprenticeship, and then after my tattoo apprenticeship, we decided to go on a big gap year, and we just traveled for a
Mhm.
whole year. And when we came back, I decided to start tattooing again. And
Yeah.
this one,
I did a graphic design course.
Yeah.
And it was so hard to get into that because it was a very saturated industry at the time.
yeah.
So then
Mhm.
I used to help out at Ron's work in the
Yeah.
tattoo
So
studio.
she actually started as our shop manager.
Yeah, so I'd answer the emails
Okay.
and
Yeah. And then what happened is that, she was drawing every time we'd finish work or drawing at work. And I was like, look, do you really want to, go back into banking? Because at the time as well, she was also working at
Citibank. I
Citibank.
was working at Citibank.
She was working at Citibank. And then, I was like, do you really want to work at Citibank, or do you want to,
Bills.
yeah, or do you want to like start tattooing? And then, I took her under my wing as my apprentice, which
It
worked
was,
out well.
yeah. It was a huge thing to commit
What a
to.
supportive husband you are.
I was hard
No,
on it,
that's
man. I was
No,
so
it was
hard.
tough.
It was really tough, I had a really
the
hard
thing.
apprenticeship.
And that's what I appreciate about Ilona's story, is that she did try everything. She tried things that probably made you uncomfortable, and like you said, it wasn't something that you were passionate about.
That's
But
right. It wasn't that I was bad at the jobs because I could do it easy, but there wasn't no like fire behind it. I
right,
just find something that I wanted to do consistently, and
Yeah.
tattooing just happened to be it, and it just fell on my lap. Like, thank God Ron was in the industry, and yeah, I just fell into
Yeah.
it. Good.
well,
Yeah.
perfect mentor you got there, because not only is he mentoring you during work time, after hours, I'm pretty sure he's on you, like
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, actually, it was
trying to
actually
do
really hard at first.
sometimes I'm
Like imagine, like 24/7, we'd, live with each other and we work with each other. So,
yeah.
it was trying
it was trying
trying-
times, but we
yeah.
got through it, which is
Yeah.
the main thing.
Yeah.
So how long have you guys been tattooing now? Ron,
Me
you have
probably 10 years.
I
Yeah.
mean, really?
Wow.
I think so. Maybe 9 or 10 years. Because we had that gap year. I had like 2 years
Yeah.
off during that gap year.
And full time for
Mhm.
me, 5 years. Full time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
The time has flown.
Okay, so we've got some questions. Okay, so what do you find your inspiration? What do you find inspiration in for the tattoos you do? What's the inspiration that you have when you do tattoos? Is that right, Nicole?
Um,
What's your inspiration? I
to be
guess.
honest,
Let's
because
start
like
with that.
you know, our clientele that they come to us for our work, but they already have something in
Yeah.
mind. Like you know, a lot of old school
Mhm.
tattoo shops will have like tattoo books where you choose from. Like, they'll just walk into a shop and be like, "Give me the 23, give me number 23," and you
Mhm.
know, and then it was just like a real fast. There
It's
was
like a takeout. It's
yeah, it
like
was like a
going to a
takeout,
fast food
going to a
restaurant.
fast food restaurant and choosing that design
Hey,
and
I've done that before. I've got a tramp stamp.
yeah. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that.
But yeah, in
But
this,
times have changed now.
yeah, times have changed. How people get tattoos, you know, for like you know, proper reasons and specific reasons, even if they just like a
Mhm.
design.
Even
But
if they just like the look of it.
yeah,
They'll
but
just come in
yeah, for our inspiration for our designs,
Yeah.
like our clients will come to us and they'll be like, you know, I want to get this, and then we'll come up with the design for them, so no one will have that same
Yeah.
design, you know. Like every tattoo
Right.
design is specifically made for that person. So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So I know that you, Ron, I see your work. It's so amazing. You know, I'm so proud of you. Was there ever a time that you were not happy with your work, or is it
Um,
every?
pretty much, you know,
He
you,
loves his work.
no, you're your own biggest, you're your own biggest critic, you know. So you
Right.
know, after anything you do, like when it comes back, you're like, oh, you know, I could have done this, I could have done that, I could have done that.
But that's good
But
Yeah.
because you don't feel like you've
yeah,
made it. Like
yeah.
there's always room to grow.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like
Yeah.
with our
Right.
industry, you don't want to flatline. Like if you flatline and do the same
Mm.
stuff,
You're gonna
and
be left
you're gonna
behind.
get left behind because it's such a progressive industry where you know the standards go up and up and
Yeah.
up. Like
Even if you look 10 years before, if you looked at tattoos 10 years prior to now, they're completely
Mhm.
different.
yeah,
They're on a different
yeah.
level
And even
altogether.
even as us as artists, like if we look at tattoos that we've done 5 years ago, like when we first started
Oh,
or whatever,
big
like
difference.
big difference, and we'll be like, oh, like I can't believe I did that to that person. You know, I'm not saying that it's
But
bad.
it was good at the time.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're bad tattoos. It's just like the
Yeah.
standards keep going up and up and up.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah. Okay, I have a question here. First, let's shout out to Atakala. She's watching
hello.
us.
Actually, when I was a hip hop dancer, Ate Carla was our manager. She was like the best manager and the best out there. You know,
The mom
if it
manager.
wasn't, even if it wasn't dance related, you know, like
She
she'd
was
help
there.
us out. You know,
Yeah, I can attest to that. She's my biggest mentor too.
yeah.
Okay, so someone's asking, Alex, is it offensive for artists when people come into your studio with an actual finished design already?
With a finished
Like
design.
as in,
Maybe
Like they want to add on to
like they
it.
want you to add on to it.
yeah.
Or
Well, maybe yeah. Maybe they come in with a paper with a
oh,
design.
like if they come with a piece of
Oh.
paper, if it's from another tattoo artist, we won't do it.
Yeah, if it's designed by another artist in general, we we just won't take it on
Yeah.
because out of respect for that artist, we can't just take their hard work and put it onto their
Right.
Yeah, it's actually
Unless we
What
have
if,
that.
no, I guess the question is because this girl's a graphic artist. So if
oh,
it's
okay.
her art and she
Oh,
comes,
Oh,
even
okay.
her
yeah,
art,
like that.
Yeah,
If
that's
if her
completely fine.
client wants that, and then you know we speak to the artist
No.
and
So
Yeah.
she's saying the girl is a graphic designer
yeah,
and she created the art
yeah,
and she wants to get it tattooed, right?
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
could do
yeah,
that.
that's fine.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
But you don't get offended. I think that's what she's asking.
No,
No,
no.
not
Like
at all.
in some cases, like if
Some artists like want to do their work and only their work.
yeah,
Some artists are a bit more flexible and they're like, yeah, okay.
yeah. But also
I'll do it.
there's a lot of things in tattooing that let's just say it doesn't translate well as a tattoo. So if
Mhm.
there's like a really liney design, you'd simplify some of the lines just because in the long run that tattoo won't look like that. So
Yeah, it's a different
Yeah.
medium
it's a
and there's
different
different factors to take into account.
yeah. But if someone brings us a design that they want, then
Yes.
you know, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's your favorite tattoo you have ever done?
Um, Just
Because there
anything
are
that I
plenty.
could do.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's like mandalas, obviously. Mandalas with a bit of
Mhm,
realism in the mix, because then I'm doing everything that I want to
mhm.
do. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's me.
I
And
think the most favorite tattoos I do probably would be like memorial tattoos, as
Mhm.
in people that have have lost a loved one or something. And what I like is that if I do it and then they look in the mirror at their loved one's piece and then they cry, like that's when I
it
know that.
touches them.
Yeah, I think like it's a big thing for closure for people to if they've lost someone and when they do get like a memorial tattoo. Like I like doing
Yeah.
memorial tattoos for people. Yeah, if it
Yeah.
helps them with their healing, then
Right.
like I'm all for it.
I know as a tattoo artist, it's like being a hairstylist. You generally create relationships, right? Because people tend to pour out
Yes.
their life story while
Yeah,
you're doing
but
a
honestly,
tattoo.
like people say stuff that like I would not expect.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
do.
they really do open up. And
It's like
I
a
like it.
therapy
It
session
is.
in a sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Like
So
I like
okay,
the fact
so
that.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Bron. Finish it.
No, no, I was just saying, like, I like the fact that they do have that,
They're comfortable to open
they're
up.
comfortable to open up to us, and
Yeah.
I think it is like their way of also dealing either with the tattoo pain or also dealing with the reason why they got that tattoo. If they could speak about it, then I'm all for it.
Hmm. So of course, we're human, right? So there are times that we might have off days, and how do you overcome that? Most especially, you don't have a choice if you're fully booked, right? Or do
Yeah.
you like how do you meditate? How do you get yourself going, like to motivate yourself on creating, especially a beautiful piece for someone, and you're not feeling it?
You
You're
want
not
to?
feeling it.
I think if we're not feeling the design or not feeling, actually
Motivated, like
working that day.
you yourself. If
Yeah,
you like
if I'm
not,
not
yeah.
feeling the piece, then us would obviously we won't do the piece. Like we'll
Or take a different approach. Ask the customer if they would, you know, take it a different route.
yeah, or if we're not
Yeah.
happy with the actual design or not feeling, like that they can do, they can get the best tattoo that day, then we'll rebook, like
Mhm.
because it is such
It's
a
not something that you want to rush into. It's a permanent thing, and it's
Right.
really something that you have to think
Mhm.
about.
yeah. I think
And
there's a lot of people out there, a lot of artists, anyways, that that will just tattoo anything just for the money. But I think for good
Right.
artists, they actually want.
it's not about the money.
It's not
It's
about the
about
money. It's
having
about
something on you for life that
that.
you'll
Yeah.
love, and
Mhm.
The
Right.
last thing you want to do as artists is doing something on someone and them hating it.
Mhm.
You don't want
you don't want
you
that.
don't want to be associated with their regret.
Mhm.
So.
So when you're not feeling good that day, you would reschedule,
Yeah.
or you
No,
would.
we would. Yeah, we would. Yeah. Like, oh, we'll let the client know. Like, hey, or let's just say if we're feeling sick, like,
Mhm.
we're not feeling our best. Like,
Mhm.
we recommend that we rebook the design. If rebook the tattoo. If they want to do it on the day, then we'll do it. If because we've already voiced our concern that you probably won't get the best tattoo,
Mhm.
then it's on them really. But us as artists, we'll tell them like
Yeah,
it's
we'll always
best
be
to
honest
rebook.
with
Yeah,
them.
we'll always be honest with them. We won't do it just to do it.
Right. Okay. So Atakala is asking, have you tattooed any celebrities? Are
Oh,
you more nervous working on them or just the same?
Uh, like
Ron doesn't get nervous.
yeah, like I've done like Guy Sebastian, um, Georgia Smith, um, Bruno Mars's band, and
I've done Kim Kardashian's makeup artist.
she's done Kim Kardashian
Nice.
makeup artist.
That's all
Like,
I
but
have.
like it's so cool just to network with creatives, like other creatives, not just like tattooers, but like artists as well, like
And they're actually half the time they're very down to earth.
They're so down.
They're just
Like
like us.
everyone's human, man. Everyone's human. So if you treat them like normally, then it's the best thing. They treat you normally. So
Right.
like we're real lucky to network with a few of them celebs. They'll get us backstage or
Mm.
get us free passes. I recently done an artist, and obviously Coachella was cancelled this year, but
Yeah.
like because I love him and his band. After
Mhm.
I tattooed him, it was like, man, does you and Iliana want free tickets to Coachella? And we're like, yeah.
Whoa.
So it's really cool in that aspect that you
Yeah.
get to network with these people. Like
Mhm.
even just I'll tattoo someone and be like, hey, we got a show tonight, come and hang backstage with us, and then we'll go
Mm.
backstage, and
Yeah.
it's cool. But yeah, you can't be nervous because again, you're doing they're coming to you because they like our stuff.
Yeah.
They got confidence.
They got
in your
confidence
work.
in us, so we should have confidence in ourselves that
Yeah.
they want us to do something on them. Everyone's treat everyone equal.
Yeah, and you guys have been doing this for years, so it's something that people will hear from word of mouth or even on your social media. Of course, they'll do their research first, and obviously, when they meet you and they find you, very, there's a comfort on the relationship, not only a client and client base relationship. So it really helps. I mean, for you guys have been doing this for years. So to be able to even be around that network, you have to perfect your craft. You have to make sure that you're actually doing something successful and inspiring others, right? So, with that, let's bring it back to, have you guys tattooed each other?
Yes.
Yeah.
I finally tattooed him. Finally.
Like
he's done a lot of my tattoos, and I'm like, babe, when are you gonna let me tattoo you?
yeah. So
I actually did this
I don't know if you could
mandala on the
just
side
little
of his
side
wow.
yeah, just a little one there.
It's very in your face.
Well, all my tattoos are quite big, but yeah, like I wanted to get something nice and cute off her, like her kind of style. So
Yeah.
she done that. Yeah, I've done a few of her tattoos.
Yeah.
I've done a full
this.
back. I've done a whole back. Yeah.
Yeah. So all of the ones that he's tattooed on me, I've designed them, except for my thigh. Actually, that was my.
Yeah.
So everyone listening, especially my students, you have to be legal age to get tattoos.
Yeah,
so we're not promoting it.
Yeah, legal age and
do your research.
Do your research. Like, don't just get a tattoo off anyone. Like,
even if it's a must that you like pay for quality work, because a lot of people are offering to do this for $50 for like a massive back piece or whatever.
You get what you pay for. So really do your research, and with any design, like we at least sit on that design for a minimum 3 months. Like it's just like
if you still want it after 3 months, then go ahead and get it, but don't rush into it.
Don't rush into it. If it's going to be on you forever, like what's even a few months, even years, like if you like a design for 2 years and don't get it, if you like it 2 years later, then then do it.
So with that, I mean, right now, we've got this challenge. So of course you guys have some time. So what have you been doing during this time while you are not working?
I think we're just like embracing this time just to take a step back and breathe, because when we're working, we're always on the go. It's nonstop. And we're like always visiting our family, for instance, on the back burner because we have so many things to do. And now we can actually use Zoom or pick up the phone and give them a call. Or now we can actually visit them now with the lockdown being lifted a little bit.
Yeah, I think it was a bit weird at first, like once the lockdown happened, I had this mindset that, I got to work hard during this time. I got to learn a new thing. I got to learn a new language, learn a new musical instrument, but 2 weeks into it, I was like thinking, I'm burning myself out. Like, I think the biggest misconception during this time is that you have to be like on the go. Like, I think, it's a big thing to recharge your batteries. Like, But in saying that, recharging your batteries, there's a fine line between recharging batteries
Just wasting
and
time.
wasting time, but
So have you
yeah,
guys been
so,
working out, like, or what do you give yourself?
We're working out more than we usually do.
yeah. So because like I used to um fight and used to dance. Like
Yeah,
obviously I was always really fit, but
yeah,
since our job, pretty much our job, all we do is just sit down all day.
yeah.
Just
Was
yeah, we sit down all day, and when we get up, we just get up to eat. So obviously I packed on a lot of pounds since by
Mhm.
We're always in a lot of
fighting.
pain now.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
our body hurts and stuff, and
Yeah.
the reason why we didn't exercise is because like we have no time. So
Mhm.
now that we have the time,
Mhm.
We have no
we have no
excuses.
excuse now.
So we
So
have
Exactly.
to motivate each other just to get out there, get some fresh air, go for a
Yeah,
walk. We don't have to do something strenuous, but just
yeah,
to like go out in the fresh air and walk
mhm,
is enough.
yeah,
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 and the air is so much fresher during this
it is.
lockdown. Like
yeah.
yeah, it's
It
you can
is
take a
less
nice
pollution.
deep breath, and
Even in the
it's
Philippines, if you guys come visit, you'll be
yeah. I've
surprised.
seen actually photos, like viral
Yes.
photos of
Where's the
Manila.
air clearing
Yeah,
up
the
now?
air's so clear.
Oh my
You can see
gosh,
mountains and stuff.
it's
See, there is a
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
like I'm in Makati, and I think I see like mountains in Tagaytay. Like
yeah. That's
wow.
right. Yeah.
just so amazing. So I hope that everybody he can keep that up.
Mm.
After all everything's done. But I have another question here. What do you think is the best age to get your tattoo to prevent regrets in the future?
Oh, well, any
I think any age is
yeah,
fine.
like any age, legal age, anything past
Any
18.
legal
Yeah,
age.
anyone past
Legal age in
18.
18 in
Yeah,
Australia,
yeah,
21 in the States.
Oh,
yeah,
is it
yeah,
21 in Philippines?
yeah,
No, 21 in America.
yeah,
What is
yeah,
it here? Is it the same, Nicole? Philippines? 18, I think here too.
yeah. But yeah, just it doesn't matter. Just as long as you've sat on the design for at least 3 months, then
Hmm.
And you thought about
and
it?
if you thought about it, and also a lot of
And it's kind of nice, like having a tattoo that you got ages ago, even though it's not like usually what people get now.
Hmm.
Kind of something that you can look back on and it's like a memory that you have from that time.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I
And I
don't know.
think
But tattoos, like we said before, they're always going to change. But as long as you've like really sat on it and you've thought
Hmm.
about it, then that's the
Yeah.
main thing.
yeah, that's right.
What you can say, Ron?
Nah, do you know what? I might take a quick 30-second break
Oh
because I've
yeah,
been
go
drinking. I
ahead.
need to get toilet. Yeah, for 30 seconds. I've been drinking one second.
You're so honest. But anyway, so yeah, let's talk women, right? What's is there a time that you've ever denied um a place for a woman? Like I know it might become too like open, but it all depends. I mean, a lot of
You
women are
mean
also
like
open to
the
that.
placement?
Yeah, the placement. Have you ever said no to a placement or suggest another placement?
I think one girl years ago, she wanted to get something
Yeah,
down. Is
yeah.
this what you mean?
It's just neither
I
legs. You can say neither legs.
But yeah, she wanted to actually get her boyfriend's name, but she'd
Oh my
only been
gosh.
dating him for like I think it was a month to be honest with
Uh-huh.
you. And I was like, no, like it's too early in your relationship to be
Hmm.
getting his name.
Right.
Um, yeah, I just when it comes to things like that, I think you just really have to sit on it. You got to think about it.
Yeah.
If you're married
Yeah.
to the person, then that's fine. But
Hmm.
Yeah.
if you've only been with that person for a month, then
Yeah.
definitely
Names.
no.
Names is a big thing. Also, like it's okay for me to have like my neck and like my hands done and stuff, but like if someone, especially if you're a young kid and you want your hands and neck done, like
Yeah.
we strongly suggest no, like
You
Yeah.
got to think of the profession you're
yeah,
going to go into,
I
if they're going to
know.
accept it,
I'd want to be responsible for someone,
not getting a
not
job.
getting a job.
Yeah.
Like if I was going to do someone's neck or hands, they'd have to be like fully covered already,
Hmm.
or they'd have to have like they're successful in their profession already.
Yeah.
Like young kids, I wouldn't do necks and hands.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
just
that's what
that.
I noticed also that especially of course, celebrities nowadays, especially the young celebrities that the kids are looking up to, they have tattoos all over their face and their
Yeah,
hair.
yeah.
It's
And
It's
crazy.
crazy. It's like,
yeah.
to be honest, I think a big part of it was like tattoo shows that actually helped our industry, like,
Mhm.
like Miami Ink and stuff like that. Because when I first started my apprenticeship, it was just, like, to be honest, like criminals would get like, that's like the philo thing.
Yeah.
Like philos would think that you're like a criminal, you're a drunk,
Mhm.
you're on
Delinquent.
drugs, but now like we do like
We
CEOs, we
do
do
lawyers.
lawyers, doctors, nurses, so
It's very
it's
mainstream.
very mainstream now,
Mhm.
and I think like a lot of, like you were saying, like with sports stars and celebrities,
Mhm.
them in the mainstream, they're actually, like saying it's okay to get
They're
tattoos. That,
influencing.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
a nice influence.
Well, I'm glad you're being transparent with that, because that was probably one thing people were going to wonder. Okay, how are they with keeping it PG, or how are you inspiring that? And I knew that you guys were inspiring that aspect. That's why I wanted to talk about that. Okay, another one. What's the worst tattoo you've seen in your life?
Oh, I've seen some bad stuff. What's worse that you seen? Yeah.
You go first. I can't think of it.
Actually, like where I was doing my apprenticeship, because it's like in Western Sydney, it was, not like people are a lot they're not very conservative, but
Yeah.
I had this
Anything
one,
goes.
anything goes. I had this one customer that his friend
Hmm.
like had a tattoo machine at home, and he actually had pakoikoi on his back, like a patotot, like
Oh
a
no. Okay.
tite on his, yeah, yeah. And
Okay.
he came in going, "Hey guys, like I need you guys to cover this up for me."
Was
And
he like
like
intoxicated?
we just,
At all?
yeah, it was real bad. We called him Dickback because he always like used to, sorry, yeah, he used to always like um, he used to always come into the shop and like ask questions. But yeah, that's probably the worst. That's probably the worst thing I've seen. But yeah, we've seen a lot of bad stuff. If you want to look at interesting bad tattoos on
Yeah.
Instagram, there's actually
There's a page called Snake Pit.
Snake Pit, and it's got
Ah,
the worst tattoos you'll see.
the funniest
The
tattoos.
funniest and the worst tattoos you'll see.
Okay, so let's turn it around. Okay, so in the positive aspect, who did you guys, or who are you looking up to as far as in your industry? Or are you constantly doing research? Are you constantly just sketching and whatnot?
Yeah, I think we have to always continue to hone in on our craft. Because,
Hmm.
like what Ron said before, if we don't do that, we're just gonna fall behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always room for growth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
um, you just can't flatline in this industry.
Yeah.
Like everyone, up and comers, they get better and better and better, and the more competition, they're taking money from you, like
Yeah.
as in paying bills and stuff like that, So you always got to stay on
You
top.
got to give people a reason to come to you, like to
Mhm.
keep coming to you for your work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So is there other artists that you guys look up to?
Oh yeah. So I think like with other artists, the people that we work with really like we really look up to them.
Yeah.
We've
I
got
think
like
we vibe off each other.
we vibe off each
We all
other.
have like really good work ethic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that accounts for a lot of us growing as artists
Yeah.
as well.
I think if you surround just like you're a product of your environment,
Yeah.
So if you're looking at crap tattoos or following crap tattoo artists, then that's what you're gonna become, So
Mhm.
with our studio, there's 7 of us actually there, and every single one that works with us is a really good artist,
Mhm.
So if we see what they're doing, we're always leveling up,
Yeah.
but
And we're teaching each
but
other, we're helping each other
yeah,
at the
like
same
we're
time.
we're
And
leveling
it's-
up together.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
a competition by any means. We're actually
Yeah.
like
It's
helping each other grow.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's the key, really. Like you said, you have to surround yourself with people that really empowers you and make you
That's
better.
right. That's
Because
right.
otherwise, like you said, you're gonna be stuck in this flat lining.
Yeah.
But anywho, so I wanted to know, after all this is said and done, what is the first thing that you guys want to do? I know that you guys still love to travel. What's maybe you want to travel somewhere? What's the first thing that?
We definitely want to travel, but
100%.
yeah.
But we have no money.
We
have no money now.
Yeah, we're actually still paying rent at our studio during lockdown, zero income, which is crazy. But I think first things first, we have to like knuckle down, get back into it,
open up the shop for the other artists as well.
Yeah,
get back into the rhythm of things, and then we can talk about holiday, which I'm like to do.
Yeah, I think that's going to be like a hard thing, just getting back into the gist of things after this, because we've been in lockdown for so long.
We're so used to
just
sitting back and relaxing.
Yeah, sitting back and not, but it's going to be weird once the lockdown gets lifted. Trying to get back into the gist of things, but you have to stay motivated.
Well, I'm sure right now, I mean, you guys would be willing to take bookings already and maybe have designs. If, let's say, I wanted to request a design from you guys, are you guys willing to do that?
Yeah, like we have been kind of like going through emails, but the thing is that just because we are a busy shop, we can't give people dates.
Right.
Yeah, and the fact that because we're booked out for months, everyone that we canceled during this time, we got to fit in.
We've had to reschedule when it's safe.
Yeah, they haven't given us any date or nothing like that. So we're just.
Well, they're saying it might be around June, but we just have to see how it all pans out.
Yeah. Okay, so another question for Iliana. Do you know Hannah Pixie, Snow Dawn from the UK? If so, what do you think of her mandala work?
I have no idea who that is.
She's probably a good artist. Yeah, let's look her up. We're gonna look her up now. Hannah Pixie.
Yeah, like with that, if you find someone else doing your work, like, do you find it like you're happy with it, or do you reach out to them, or what? How do you feel about that?
Most of the time when they copy it, like every detail, that gets to me because that's my hard work and those are my hours put into this. And someone's just like totally rip that off and use it for their customer.
Oh, look,
it's flattering, but not so much.
Yeah,
Did you find it?
But no one.
I think like it's kind of unfair for our clients too, just because they think that they have this one-off thing that they paid for, and then they see other people that came to us for that reason, and they got the exact same thing, or they'll go to like a cheap tattoo artist and say, I want this thing exactly. Like, I think it's unfair for our clients. I think any artist doesn't like someone copying their work. Just for the fact that it is our hard work and our time, and they're pretty much benefiting or getting money from our hard work.
I think it's just an unspoken rule not to do that in this industry. It's just frowned upon, I think.
So
I that artist, and I think her work is really cute.
Like some nice.
It's similar to what I kind of do.
Yeah. So what would you say, or what's your inspiring words to, let's say, people that want to get into being a graphic artist, graphic artists going into being a tattoo artist? What would be your motivation for them? What should they be prepared of? What should they do to begin with?
I think as long as they have the artistic flair, just to use that and transfer it onto a different medium, because that's all it is. It's just using, instead of using a computer, for instance, you're using a tattoo machine and inks and just relaying that onto someone's skin. But all it is, it's a lot of hours, a lot of practice. There's no shortcuts. Like, you really have to just you know,
I
put
think
work
also
into it.
if anyone young and wants to become a creative, I think that
Mhm.
the thing is that you know, if you're passionate about something, it doesn't matter what you do. Like if you're passionate about something, you know, like
You'll definitely make it.
yeah, you'll definitely make it. You know, I know like, you know, a lot of artists starting out, you know, what they're not making a lot of money, you know, or they'll have to do like things for free. You know, I know a lot of illustrators, a lot of graphic designers that started out doing,
We've
you
been
know,
there, but
yeah, we've been there. Like we
Yeah.
were doing like
Mhm.
freebies, we're doing really cheap rates. And I think it's one of them things that you have to do because, you know,
you got to start from the ground up because
yeah,
there's just no other way to do it.
yeah,
Mhm.
you can't expect
Mhm.
to be at like such a high level and charging, you know, like a high amount for you haven't even made a name for yourself, you know. So I think
Yeah.
the best thing to do is just be passionate about something
And work hard.
and the money will follow. The
Yeah.
money will follow, you know. It
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't mean that you'll make money straight away, but if you're going to work hard at something,
Mhm.
It all takes time.
it all takes time. And another big thing
Yeah.
is also being oh, I kind of lost myself there. I had it's the alcohol.
No, that's all right. I knew where you were leading to,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
basically, is you know, you have to be really passionate of what you want to do, you know,
yeah,
and it doesn't come with just talent. It's putting your head down, putting in the hours, researching on you know people that have done the work or are successful, like you guys, you know, paving the way. Like this, even us just chatting, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are understanding. Okay, wow, he's been doing this for 10 years, she's been doing it for 5 years. It's not just overnight, right?
Yeah. Not an
Oh,
overnight
this is what I was going to
sensation
say.
at all.
Yeah, now I got it. So it's come back to me now. Yeah. So I think what you call hard work beats talent. Like
Yeah.
I know a lot of really good artists that you know that could just flatline, but there's up and comers that you know weren't even the greatest artists, but just because they
Mhm.
kept they're putting in the hours, they're putting the hard work, and these
Mhm.
people that weren't naturally talented because they worked so hard,
Because
they're
they were
like
passionate.
passionate about something, they're surpassing these really talented
Exactly.
guys, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, hard work beats talent.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you guys have been watching a lot of Netflix, but I did watch a docu on this tattoo artist. I think his name is Cartoon.
Oh, Mr. Cartoon,
Yes.
Yeah, Mr.
yeah.
Cartoon. So what do you think about him? I mean, I'm pretty sure
He's
maybe he's
like because
He's a prodigy.
yeah, he's actually a
He's-
big legend, you
Yeah,
know.
he's paved the way for this whole industry. Like at where
Right.
it's at now, I think he set the
He set the bar,
he
like
definitely set the
he
bar.
really set the bar, and I think because he's his work's kind of similar to my work, you know, black and gray,
Yeah.
you know, with a
Sometimes
yeah,
gangster,
sometimes gangster,
Chicano.
Chicano kind of style. Actually,
Yeah.
every black and gray artist, you know, looks up to Mr.
Mhm.
Cartoon, you know, Mr. Cartoon.
Yeah.
I actually really wanted a tattoo from him. Just like see, like I got this writing in the back of my neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see
Actually,
it.
yeah, when you were in America, I actually hit him up for a piece, and this is how good he is. And this was like probably 10 years ago. Just to speak to him then, it was
Yeah.
$1,000 US
Consult.
just for a consult. So and yeah, yeah, but you know, like
But he obviously knows his worth.
he knows his worth, you know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but
Yeah, it
yeah,
was a
he's a
good
legend.
docu. And Nick and I was watching it. We're like, man, we need to get Ron ready. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
relax,
We're actually-
slow down. So yeah,
Esteban Araya.
This one's friends with Esteban Arayal, the photographer guy in that documentary.
oh
Yeah.
really?
He's actually got one of her artworks in his office. So
Oh,
Yeah, I took
nice.
something from one of his LA books, and it's
Mhm.
actually sitting in his office. He
yeah,
said.
and one of
So-
our friends that works in the States, like for Crooks
Mhm.
and Castles, was in Esteban's. Was like, hey, I saw Iliana Rose's frame, like artwork in there, and we're like, that's so cool, man.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, that's
That was
amazing.
before I was even an apprentice, I think.
yeah,
right?
she was just drawing then. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
good.
Congratulations with that. So this is a question that's probably a question from me too, but Atakala asked it. Will you consider doing a pop-up studio in Manila?
I would
I can
actually,
manage.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a really good idea.
yeah, I want to
Is
do
that
like
legal?
Yeah, like
Is that legal?
we just got to
You know,
tell.
it's a business, you know.
Yeah,
You just have to
we
keep
just
it.
can't tell the Philippine embassy that we're going to be working over there, you know. So I mean, I would
No,
love
you'll be
to. I'd love
mentoring.
to. Yeah, like you know, we've
If you guys hooked it up, we definitely do it.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I'd love to go there
let's do
just to
that.
like tattoo you and Nick and just hang out with you and Nick again, you know. So
Yeah, I know. Been ages. So Nick and I have been married for almost 16 years. So don't tell me that's how long I haven't seen you.
yeah.
Really,
Alright.
16
Yeah.
years.
I still remember your wedding
Oh.
song too. I wanna make you my
I
wife.
can't believe it. Nick's gonna be laughing after he watches this.
Yeah, that's a jam.
Oh, Atakala, can you
I'm
hear
not a
this
singer,
guy?
sorry. I'm just
That's why.
yeah.
Oh my god. So there, just to wrap up, guys, we can talk forever.
Yeah.
I won't even talk to you after this Zoom call. But yeah, please give us closing words to motivate everyone, especially at this time, on how to focus on their dream and have hope that there is going to be a bigger door opening up after all this.
I think for this time, I think the biggest message for everyone is during this time is there's a light at the end of the tunnel, you know, like um
It's uncertain times.
it's uncertain times for everyone, you know.
And there's no guideline on how to like get through this sort of thing. But this sounds so corny and cliche, but as long as we have each other and you can just pick up a phone and call
Yeah.
someone if you're feeling
Yeah.
down, or just do things in other ways like exercise and meditate, keep your mind occupied. Don't let your mind idle, because that's when you really start
Yeah,
to
you start
go on a
thinking
downward
and downward
spiral.
spiral. Just yeah, don't keep things in. If you need to speak, you know, if you're feeling some kind of way, you know, reach out to your loved ones. They're more than happy. I'm sure they're more than happy to even just have a chat. But you know, we're all in this together. And yeah, pretty much that's it. You know, so
Oh, and
Yeah, and
prayer.
if you guys
prayer. Yeah,
decide
biggest
to
Prayer.
thing,
join,
prayer.
yeah,
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
thing.
yeah,
Like, some people take that kind of thing for granted, but even like 10 minutes a day in the morning or at night, it'll
yeah,
actually just give you that extra strength that you need just to get
yeah.
through the day or just through this whole lockdown. And
Mhm.
yeah.
And guys, and if you want to be more inspired, go check out their social media. I always love to look at their artwork and all their work that they've done. Thank you, Ron and Ilana Rose, for being with me
Thank
this
you,
afternoon.
thank you.
You guys are so fun. It's such a great catch up. Let's catch up some
Oh
more.
yeah,
Wait.
thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Sorry, I had to leave to do we.
No, it's all right. Anyways, guys, so thank you to everyone who's tuned in and everybody else who's going to be watching this after this live. Watch out for the next episodes of In Love with Me series, promoting mental health. And like I said, you have to put your head down, you have to work hard. And at the same time, action speaks louder than words. So see you guys. See you to our next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.